Hello and welcome to your branding brainstorming session. Okay, this is again just to get your creative juices flowing. This is for solopreneurs, new or aspiring business owners that want to nail down their personal or business brand. And I want you to have fun. I want this to be a creative session where you are just letting loose, getting the juices flowing. So grab a beverage, keep yourself hydrated, and let's get creating. All right. I will just do a quick intro about myself. I have worked in marketing and advertising my entire career, and last year I finally made the leap to become a full-time entrepreneur. And since I have been a founder of my own content agency, The Downpour, and now I am helping others start or grow their own business. All right, so let's just dive into it. I want to start at the definition. What is personal branding? Personal branding is a strategic process of shaping and managing your public perception to highlight your unique skills, expertise, and values. It's about creating a distinct identity that resonates with your target audience and differentiates you from others. That definition is straight from Google. Personal branding requires self-discovery. You can dive as deep as you'd like, and I advise you to. Or you can simply use it for career development. You can use it to grow an audience or a community online. And most importantly, you can use it to make a difference in the world. Okay. Self-discovery. Let's start with the inner work. The inner work takes time. It's all about getting to know yourself. The only thing that matters is that you stay on the journey. So let's start. Grab a notepad or a document and we will go through 4 questions that will help you get to the root of your personal brand. What do you want to be known for? And this could be anything from hobbies, your personality, expertise, knowledge. What do you want to be known for? And because you can stop and start this video to your liking, I'm just going to continue, okay? Next, what do you do really well? What comes naturally to you? What do people come to you for? And also, what do you enjoy? What are your unique characteristics? Physical traits, fashion and aesthetic, expertise, experience. Don't overcomplicate this. It can be as simple as, my green hair makes me unique. And I quite love that. Next question. What do you want more of in this world? What is important to you? How can you help your community? Okay. Now, when you get to the worksheet section of this brainstorming session, there are more questions that I want you to answer. For this video, let's just cover these 4 slides. Now, I'll give you an example of my answers. Once you answer, you should have something like this. And this is just me brain dumping my thoughts. What do I want to be known for? I want to be known for business, marketing, personal growth. What do I do well? Branding, content, simplifying complicated topics, teaching. What are my unique characteristics? I'm a first-gen Korean American. I've had various roles within the marketing industry, giving me a holistic experience, well-rounded experience. I quit my 9-to-5 to become a full-time entrepreneur, and I want more entrepreneurs in this world. I want success to be more accessible. I want education to be more equal. And I just want more people to be able to follow their dreams of entrepreneurship. And you will start to see overlap. And as you may have noticed, I have said some things over and over again. And those words are worth paying attention to. Also, this is set up in a way where, what do I want to be known for? This might help structure my services, as well as what do I do really well? This will also help structure my services. What are my unique characteristics is going to help create my brand story. What do I want more of in this world is going to help me create my mission and values. Overlap can look like this. Some people use this Japanese Ikigai framework. I personally get a little overwhelmed when I look at it, but I know some people are visual and they like this. So feel free to use this outline. What you can also do in the day and age of ChatGPT is you can just screenshot your answers and ask chat. Say, hey, these are some questions I answered to discover my personal brand. Can you help me craft a story, some ways I could differentiate myself, and find any overlap using the Ikigai diagram as inspiration? And I do want to call out that yellow disclaimer. Chat is an organizational tool. Chat is your first draft or a second pair of eyes. But when you are creating your personal brand, you really want to be the main writer or director, or else you're just going to sound like an AI. You're not going to sound like yourself, and your competitive edge is you. This is just a quick reminder. You might not like the who and discovery and finding out more about yourself, but you have to when you are creating a personal brand. That is part of the process. Lean into the abstract. It's fine. Explore. Just don't overthink it. Write down everything that comes to mind. This is a brainstorming session. Here are some examples, especially when it comes to not overthinking it. There are some people that have built a very successful brand around their personality. Like this guy, he just likes grilled cheese. And from that point of interest, it has evolved. Second example, the green lady of Brooklyn. We may all be familiar with her. Her brand is all about her liking green. That's beautiful. That's perfect. That's green. And the last example, she likes free will. And her content is phenomenal. Okay, here are some knowledge examples. My brand is around full-time entrepreneurship, or how to build a brand, how to build a business. And again, my brand is still evolving. I am still just crafting my messaging, and you just need a starting point. See if it sticks. If it doesn't, evolve it. If it does, great. You still may need to evolve it in the future. The second one, Vanessa Lau, she started as teaching people how to become a YouTube creator to a course creator, and now she's business without burnout. So again, her personal brand and her messaging has also evolved. The last example is, I believe her name is Jalen, all about how to grow on Instagram. Super helpful. Now, let's go into external work. This is your brand identity. Your brand identity includes things like your logo, your website, fonts, colors, non-negotiables when it comes to some of your visuals, design elements, the imagery that you use, and ultimately just vibes, okay? Sweet. So, finding your vibe. First, look at examples. 2, be open. Be inspired by everything. I can't tell you how many times I have looked outside my window and been inspired by a cloud or a tree. 3, create a mood board. 4, add your own flair. Now, in the worksheet, there will be a section for you to go through these steps. This is an example of how my visual brand came to life. And I use examples from Squarespace, I use examples from Sonos. Those are not marketing agencies, they are not full time entrepreneur brands, whatever. They're beyond my industry, but I love them. I am letting you know this because it is okay to look beyond your industry. If you are a social media manager, but you are inspired by Nike, take examples, look at them as inspiration. It is wonderful to look beyond your industry because that will help you stand out. I am inspired by rain. I am inspired by bold colors. I am inspired by character and creative expression. And I just screenshotted these and I put them into one place to see how they might play together. I want you to do the same thing. I did the same with my voice and tone of my personal brand. I found examples of people that I wanted to sound like. Again, ultimately, you want to sound like yourself. But starting with examples is so helpful because then you don't have to invent the wheel. It has been done. It exists. Look at people for inspiration. Look at people as examples. If you like my tone, take it. I don't care. Okay, anyways, I want to be funny. Humor, comedy, it's important to me. I want to be relatable. I want to be inspirational. And I also am slightly intense and to the point. So I want to make sure when I am writing my copy that it is snappy, short, digestible, straightforward. Okay, bringing it together. This part is a little challenging and it might take time. That's fine. Start small. Maybe start with updating your brand story. Maybe start with updating your mission. Or if there is a new color that you like, maybe start with updating one color or one page on your website, one section on your website. Don't be too overwhelmed by this because with time, your brand will evolve just like you. Okay. And again, just to give you some examples, when I created that carousel that says before I quit my 9 to 5, I was looking out the window. And like I mentioned, I am heavily inspired by nature and just being present. So I want that to be part of my brand. That's why I just used clouds as my background, and it actually looks quite nice with the rest of my aesthetic. Again, I love bold colors. I use whatever color I feel like, as long as it's bold. Don't use muted color schemes. And then the writer, creator, strategist. My bio is very short. It's snappy. Yeah. Hopefully that gives you some examples of how my brand came together using those 2 exercises before this. Okay, now, who are you speaking to? I'm not going to get into this because audience is a whole different section. And some people argue that finding your audience should come before creating your brand. And I don't know. I'm kind of in between whether or not that comes first or second. I think audience can also evolve. I think sometimes your audience determines what your brand looks and sounds like because ultimately you want it to resonate with your audience. But with that said, if you are just starting or if you are new to branding, don't worry too much about your audience. Get your brand to a place that you love. That is the most important part, is that you love your brand. And I hope that this brainstorming session, this workshop, helps you get closer to a brand that you just want to brag about, because that is when you nurture and grow something, when you love it. And on that note, get to your workshop or get to the worksheets and have fun. This should be a fun process, and you should learn a lot about yourself, about your business, about your value along the way. And I am so excited for your journey. Let me know how it goes.